Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. This application is a one-stop solution for all the students who are preparing for government exams. This application is valid just for the Android users. Once you have downloaded the application, you can go and log in through your Gmail ID, and once you have logged in, you will be moved on to this page where you can see the various courses that are offered by us. To avail this course, you can use a code that is crack10 to get an additional 10% discount on the purchase you make. If we talk about the course, why this course is so important, how you will be benefiting through this course. If you see, we provide current affairs on the daily basis, on weekly basis, as well as monthly basis. On daily basis, we will be providing you with PDFs of the content of that particular day. Apart from this, you will be getting a quiz on your application that will be of 20 questions quiz on daily basis that will help you in boosting your preparation. Apart from that, on weekly, you will be getting a 50 questions quiz for your preparation, as well as if you see, you will also get a PDF that will contain all the important compiled news, current affairs of that particular week. And similarly, for monthly, you will be getting a top 100 questions PDF of that whole month. That is very important PDF and will be covering the most important news of that particular month. Alright, apart from this, we also cover banking awareness. All the banking aspirants, those who are preparing for bank exams, will absolutely love our course because we cover almost 99.99% of the syllabus of your bank exams. Here you will see we will also provide with quizzes as well as the PDFs. Apart from this, if you see the topic wise, for example, there are multiple questions that are related to obituary, important days, who won which event, who was awarded with which award. So all these topics that are related to your GS also or GK, such as apps and web portals, these are the current affairs that are important days, your books and authors, the new applications that were launched, new government schemes that were launched by the government, or your international affairs or your national affairs. All these topics, there are 20 such topics of which we are providing the PDF, as well as we teach on YouTube, where you can go and check our channel and you will be surprised that the content that we are providing is absolutely amazing. Alright, so this will be helping you to boost your preparation in the long term. This YouTube channel, you can go and subscribe to our channel, that is your Affairscloud, that will help you for your revision purpose also. Apart from this, we cover the state current affairs also. Here you can see the current affairs and all these content that we provide you that are bilingual. That means we provide you in English as well as both in Hindi also. Alright, so all the students who are from the Hindi language will also be benefited through our course. Also friends, you can purchase our course for 2 years. Alright, also for 1 year. If the students have exam or they are planning for the long term and they want to study for 2 years and they are expecting to give exam after 1 year, then they can opt for 2 years. As well as if the student is planning to give exam next year, then they can go for the 1 year course also. So these are the two types of courses that are available by us. In the end friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue. So friends, we are back with our topic wise sessions. In today's video, we will be discussing important books and authors of April month. The session will be very important and this will be a quick session with revision of previous month's current affairs also. Let's start. The first book that we are talking about is Crunch Time. As the name suggests, Crunch Time, it is book based on the Narendra Modi's national security crisis, and this book was authored by Dr. Shriram Chaulia ji. I repeat, Shriram Chaulia is the current author of this particular book, who has authored Crunch Time, Narendra Modi's national security crisis. Highly important. This book will be published by Rupa Publication India. Some other books related to the particular author, that is Shriram Chaulia ji, are Modi Doctrine, the foreign policy of India's Prime Minister. I repeat, Modi Doctrine, the foreign policy of India's Prime Minister. This is other book that was published by Dr. Sriram Chaulia, as well as other book was Trumped. Another book that you need to remember is Trumped, Emerging Powers in a Post-American World. I repeat, Trumped, Emerging Power in a Post-American World. This is the second book that was authored by Sriram Chaulia ji. And the current book that we are discussing here is Crunch Time Narendra Modi's National Security Crisis. Who is the author? Sriram Chaulia. And this book will be published by Rupa Publications, India. Moving on to the next book. Next is Queen of Fire. This is the name of the book, Queen of Fire. This book was authored by Devika Rangachari. I repeat, who authored this book, Queen of Fire? This book was authored by Devika Rangachari. Award-winning children's writer and historian Devika Rangagiri has authored a new novel. The title of that novel was Queen of Fire. This explores the story of Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi. This is based on the story of Rani Lakshmibai of Jhansi. Now the question can be asked, a book was recently authored by Devika Rangachari that is based on the life of Rani Lakshmibai. What is the name of the book? Queen of Fire. Highly important. Then this book will be published by Duckbill Books, that is an imprint of Penguin Random House. Next book is Decoding Indian Babudom. I repeat, next book is Decoding Indian Babudom. This book was authored by Ashwini Srivastav, and this book will be published by Vitasta Publishing Private Limited. It is a first of its kind book that was published, or that is a book by a journalist covering the bureaucratic system of India. I repeat, this book, that is Decoding Indian Babudom, is based on the bureaucratic system of India, and this is a first of its kind that a book is published by a journalist by Ashwini Srivastav, and the name of the book is Decoding Indian Babudom. Alright, also remember, here we are talking about Ashwini Srivastav. He authored the book Decoding Indian Babudom. Also remember, the author recommended a book 15 Sutras to achieve good and effective governance. And this book, Decoding Indian Babudom, is also based on the bureaucratic system in India. Moving on. Next, we are talking about Birsa Munda, Janjatiya Nayak. This is the name of the book. Birsa Munda is the name of the book. And this book was authored by Professor Alok Chakrawalji. Our Union Minister of Education and Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Dharmendra Pradhan, released a book. The name of the book is Birsa Munda, Janjatiya Nayak. This book was authored by Professor Alok Chakrawal, who is the Vice Chancellor of Guru Ghasidas Vishwavidyalaya in Bilaspur, Chhattisgarh. Remember, if we are talking about Birsa Munda, he was born in the year 1875 in Jharkhand. Where he was born? In Jharkhand. He was an Indian tribal freedom fighter, a religious leader, a folk hero who belonged to the Munda tribe. Alright, so Birsa Munda, Janjatiya Nayak. This book was launched by Dharmendra Pradhan and authored by Professor Alok Chakrawalji. Alright, Professor Alok Chakrawal authored this book, Birsa Munda, Janjatiya Nayak. Moving on. Next book is Tiger of Dras, Captain Anuj Nayyar, 23 Kargil hero. I repeat, Tiger of Dras. This is based on Captain Anuj Nayyar, who was 23-year-old, and he has been declared as the Kargil hero. This book has been authored by Meena Nayyar. Meena Nayyar is the mother of the Captain Anuj Nayyar, and Himant Singh Shekhawat, one of the founders of the Rashtriya Riders. Coming back, this book has been authored by whom? This book has been authored by Meena Nayyar along with Himmat Singh Shekhawat. Alright, this Rashtriya Riders is a biking group that pays homage to the martyrs and their families, that has authored a new book title of Dras, Captain Anuj Nayyar, who was 23 years of age, who has been declared as Kargil hero. Here, so two authors you need to remember. First is Meena Nayyar, who is the mother of Anuj Nayyar, and second is Himmat Singh Shekhawat. They have both together authored this book, Tiger of Dras, Captain Anuj Nayyar, 23 Kargil hero. And this book will be published by whom? This book will be published by HarperCollins India Limited. Moving on to next, The Maverick Effect. This book sheds light on the making of NASSCOM. What is NASSCOM? National Association of Software and Service Companies. So remember, Harish S. Mehta is the author of this book, that is The Maverick Effect. He is the founding member and the first elected chairman of the NASSCOM. He has authored this book, The Maverick Effect, the inside story of India's IT revolution. This book will be published by whom? HarperCollins India will be publishing this book. And who is the current chairperson of NASSCOM? Rekha M. Menon is the current chairperson of NASSCOM, and the headquarter of NASSCOM is in Noida, Uttar Pradesh. So coming back, The Maverick Effect, this book has been authored by whom? This book has been authored by Harish Mehta. Here you can see next. Next is The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution. This book, The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution, a play for children on human rights. This book has been authored by Rajesh Talwar. This book will be published by Ponytail Books. Alright, who is the publisher? Ponytail Books. This book conveys the children about the challenging boyhood and grown-up years of Ambedkar, who had written the Constitution of India and became the India's first law minister. So this book, The Boy Who Wrote Constitution, is based on B.R. Ambedkar. Alright, highly important. And some other books that we recommend for this particular author, Rajesh Talwar, is The Vanishing of Subhash Chandra Bose, Gandhi, Ambedkar and the Four-Legged Scorpion, and Aurangzeb. These are some of the books that are authored by Rajesh Talwar. And now the new book that is authored by Rajesh Talwar is The Boy Who Wrote a Constitution. It is based on B.R. Ambedkar. He is the person who drafted the Indian Constitution, as well as he became the first law minister of India. Next book is Hear Yourself. I repeat, next book is Hear Yourself, How to Find Peace in a Noisy World. This is the name of the book. And who authored this book? Prem Rawat has authored this book. Alright, I repeat, who authored this book? Prem Rawat. And Harper One, that is an imprint of HarperCollins Publishers Limited, will be publishing this book. Alright, then remember, this book is already available in 58 countries and it is available in 5 languages such as English, French, Spanish, Italian, Portuguese. Next, we will be talking about 2 books. The first book is The Magic of Maghalajodi and the second book is The Sikh History of East India. These 2 books were recently released by the Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik. First, The Magic of Maghalajodi. This book was authored by Avish Khemka. And the second book, that is the compilation of Sikh History of Eastern India, that is Sikh History of Eastern India. This book was authored by Abhinash Mohapatra. So you have to remember the authors also of these 2 books. The Magic of Maghalajodi was authored by Avish Khemka and Abhinash Mohapatra authored the book Sikh History of Eastern India. And these 2 books were released by whom? The Chief Minister of Odisha, Naveen Patnaik ji. Moving on to the next book. Next is Chinese Spies, From Chairman Mao to Xi Jinping. This book has been authored by a French journalist, Roger Falligot. As you can see here in the Roger Falligot is the current author of this book, that is Chinese Spies, From Chairman Mao to Xi Jinping. Alright. Then remember, this book will be published by HarperCollins India. It was translated by Natasha Lehrer. The foreword of the book is written by Vikram Sood and the former head of the Research and Analysis Wing. This book was originally published in French in 2008 and later translated into English for the updated 4th edition by Natasha Lehrer. Alright, this book traces the history of the modern Chinese secret service with segments linked to the Chinese espionage and the relationships between the country's intelligence agencies and the party leaderships. So this book has been authored by Roger Felligot. Moving on. Next, we are talking about a book that is Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI. This book has been authored by a Padma Bhushan awardee Vinod Rai. I repeat, we are talking about a book that is Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI. This book has been authored by Padma Bhushan awardee Vinod Rai, who was the former 11th Comptroller and Auditor General of India. That is, he was the 11th CAG of India, Vinod Rai, who authored the book Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI. This book features his 33-month stint as the chairman of the Supreme Court appointed committee of the administration of the Board of the Control for Cricket in India. He was honored with Padma Bhushan in the year 2016 for civil services, as well as he was appointed as the first chairman of the Triple B, that is Bank Board Bureau. He was appointed the chairman of the Bank Board Bureau in 2016 only. So this is, you need to remember about Vinod Rai, who has authored the book Not Just a Night Watchman, My Innings in the BCCI. Next, let's revise the current affairs of previous months now. Param Porul is a supercomputer that was inaugurated at NIT Tiruchirappalli. Highly important, remember it. Next, remember, recently Order of the British Empire Award was presented to Rolls-Royce President of India, Kishore Jayaramanji. Highly important, the award is the Order of British Empire Award. Given, this was presented by Her Majesty the Queen to Kishore Jayaraman, and he is the Rolls-Royce Indian President. Next is Bongo Sagar. Bongo Sagar was a bilateral exercise that was conducted between the Indian Navy as well as your Bangladesh Navy. This was the third edition of this bilateral exercise Bongo Sagar that was conducted recently. Next, remember who has been selected or who has been re-elected as the Director General of WHO for the second term. He is Tedros Ghebreyesus. Moving on, Mount Everest. We know it has the highest peak in the world. So remember, world's highest weather station was set up at Mount Everest, and it was set up by Nat Geo, National Geographic Channel, or this organization set up the world's highest weather station at Mount Everest. Next, Bangladesh educational charity founder Kishore Das. He was also the founder of Bidyondo. Bidyondo is a trust that helps to teach the underprivileged students or underprivileged children of Bangladesh. So he was the founder of Bidyondo also. Kishore Kumar Das has been awarded with Commonwealth Points of Light Award. I repeat, who was awarded with the Commonwealth Point of Light Award? He is Kishore Kumar Das. He is from Bangladesh and he was the founder of Bidyondo. Next is Lamitya. Lamitya was a joint military exercise. It was the 9th edition of this exercise that was recently conducted at Seychelles. The location was Seychelles, and this Lamitya exercise was conducted between India and Seychelles. Next, nation's first gene bank will be set up to preserve biodiversity where? Maharashtra. I repeat, in which state nation's first gene bank to preserve diversity will be set up? It is in Maharashtra. Next is Dudhwani. What is Dudhwani? It is India's first dairy community radio that was launched by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and it is a community radio station that is dedicated to animal husbandry. It will be providing all the information related to animal husbandry on this India's first dairy community radio, Dudhwani. Next is Agra. Agra will get the country's first vacuum-based sewer system. So this is an important question. This sewer system will be on pilot basis, that means on trial basis, and it will be in Agra, country's first vacuum-based sewer system. Next, then remember, this is important. When do we observe UN English Language Day? On 23rd of April. Then on 23rd of April only we observe Spanish Language Day. So two language days, that is your English Language Day and Spanish Language Day on 23rd of April. Then on 22nd of April, you have to remember this is important, International Mother Earth Day on 23rd of or 22nd of April with the theme that is invest in our planet. This is the theme of the International Mother Earth Day. Apart from this, if we discuss some other questions, nation's first ethanol plant. Where is this set up? It is in Bihar. Mega Health Festival. Where is this Mega Health Festival observed? It was observed in Puducherry. And the first beach festival was IC Pondi. That was celebrated here. Then there was Jeev Hala. What was Jeev Hala? It was a prisoners loan scheme to provide personal loans to prisoners. Jeev Hala was launched by Maharashtra government. Similarly, if we are talking about Maharashtra, remember there was a electric vehicle charging station set up here that will be running on biogas, and this electric vehicle charging station will also be powering the street light. Operation Satark was launched by whom? Railway Protection Force, and it was launched from 5th to 30th of April. Alright, then tell me, India's first tribal health observatory, it will be set up in Odisha to keep a track of the or to keep a record of the health of tribal people. This first tribal health observatory was set up at Odisha. Then there was a vehicle movement tracking system. This was launched by Haryana government in order to track the movement of sand mining vehicles. Then India's first chemistry technology hub. Where was this set up? Hyderabad. Then which is the first state to achieve 10 gigawatt of solar energy? It is your Rajasthan. Apart from this, recently Dash was included into the 8 wonders of SCO list. It was your Statue of Unity. Alright, then if we talk about WordPress Freedom Index, what is the rank of India? Rank of India is 150, and in this Norway topped it, first position. Similarly, if we talk about the THE ranking, that is your Times Higher Education Impact ranking for the year 2022, India was at 4th best represented nation, whereas Australia was on the top list. Next there was a data released by United Nations FAO, that is your Food and Agriculture Organization, that stated that in the last 30 years the earth has lost around 10% of the forest cover. Alright, apart from this, who has been appointed as the Vice Chief of Indian Army? Vice Chief of Indian Army, he is Lieutenant General BS Raju. Next, tell me who has been appointed as the CEO of Jio Savan. He is Sahas Malhotra. Has been appointed as the CEO of Jio Savan. Then who has been appointed as the chairman of CBDT, that is your Central Board of Direct Taxes? She is Sangeeta Ranjan. Then first ever CTO, Chief Technical Officer of CIA, Nand Mulchandani, has been appointed as the first ever CTO of CIA. Then who has been appointed as advisor to Prime Minister Narendra Modi? Tarun Kapoor. Alright, apart from this, tell me, Whitley Gold Award. Whitley Gold Award was given to whom? A snow leopard expert, Charudat Mishra, was awarded with this Whitley Gold Award. Next, if question asked to you is, recently Indian Air Force tested the BrahMos supersonic cruise missile from a spacecraft. What is the name of the spacecraft? It is Sukhoi 30 Mark 1. This is the aircraft from which this BrahMos supersonic cruise missile was tested. Then there was an exercise, or first of all, we talk about NATO. Remember, NATO conducted a biggest ever cyber security exercise in which first nation, or you can say first Asian to join them, was your South Korea. Then there was an exercise on cyber security itself, the name of which was Locked Shields. Where was this? It was in Estonia. Apart from this, there were two other exercises by the name Defender Europe and your Swift Response. These are the two exercises that began in Poland. Alright, next, then remember ISRO is planning to launch a mission to Venus by what year? By December 2024. Then PV Sindhu won bronze medal at the Asian Badminton Championship. Alright, then similarly, if asked about the World Snooker Championship, who won the 7th World Snooker Championship title, record 7th World Snooker World Championship title, it was won by Ronnie O'Sullivan. Then if we are talking about Khelo India University Games, this was the second edition of the games, and which university topped it? It was your Jain University topped in this. Here the mascot was Veera. If we are talking about Khelo India Youth Games, this was the 4th edition of the games, and where will this Khelo India Youth Games held? Panchkula, Haryana, and the mascot of this is Dhakad. Alright, next is Santosh Trophy. Who won the Santosh Trophy? Santosh Trophy for the 7th time was won by Kerala. Who won the Spanish League? And this was the 35th edition of the Spanish League. It was won by Real Madrid. Next, remember, if question asked to you is when do we observe, or let me revise all the important days for the, let's say if I ask International Labor Day, when do we observe International Labor Day? On 1st of May. On 1st of May only, remember, Maharashtra and Gujarat Statehood Day is observed. Maharashtra and Gujarat Statehood Day on 1st of May. Then on 3rd of May, we observe World Press Freedom Day. On 4th of May, we observe International Firefighters Day. And on 5th of May, we observe World Hand Hygiene Day. Apart from this, there was a application, Shelly app. This was for diagnosing and controlling lifestyle diseases, that was launched by Kerala government. Then before moving to the homework, Cyclone Asani, it hit which states of India? Andhra Pradesh, Odisha, and your West Bengal. Alright, then remember, in Ayodhya, and a prominent crossing in Ayodhya will be named after Lata Mangeshkar. And first Lata Dinanath Mangeshkar Award was presented to Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Apart from this, Chara Bijai Yojana. This was launched by which state government? By Haryana. And what was the reason to launch Chara Bijai Yojana? Chara Bijai Yojana was launched so that the fodder sector or fodder cultivation should be improved. So that is the reason this scheme Chara Bijai Yojana was launched. Next, first center for excellence. First center of excellence for Khadi. Where was this launched? It was set up in Delhi. In Delhi only, a museum for former prime ministers was set up. My electric vehicle, hobby hubs, these are all the schemes of Delhi. So friends, that's the end of our session. I hope you have gained some interesting information today, and this information will be very helpful for you in the upcoming exams. So do like the video, subscribe, and also share the link of this video with your friends. And if you want us to continue with such sessions, all you have to do is comment below. The value of your comment is very much. Thank you. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.